Hey guys, welcome to the Lowdown Wrestling Show, and I'd like to talk a little bit about Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon. Passed away today. Very tragic. I heard the news all morning. He I guess requested to be taken off life support. Prayers and thoughts go out to his family. But just in my aspect of Razor Ramon, he was my favorite wrestler in the '90s. Besides Shawn Michaels, but then some days, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, I'm like he's my favorite because they were so influenced in my wrestling watching back in the day, in the early '80s, and then he came in, 1, 2, 3 Kid beat him, he just had it all, and then he had the Machismo, the gold chain. He's just that solid wrestler, He was just trying to be heavyweight champion. He was intercontinental champion with a good angle with Shawn Michaels. Remember Shawn Michaels had that fake belt, or he left, so he claimed that he never lost it. So they settled at a ladder match, one of the best ladder matches ever. Razor Ramon, pulled down his pants and all that. But it was cool though, like in the wrestling, and he was just a good wrestler all around, and a good entertainer, a toothpick, and kayfabe, I was like, man, a Cuban guy, and, talking like Scarface, yeah, I loved it, man, and then he went to WCW, and then NWO, with Kevin Nash and Hogan, and then also did the Outsiders with Kevin Nash, and that was cool. I wasn't much of a WCW fan during the war. I was more WWF. But I definitely enjoyed watching Scott Hall, and how he progressed, what he looks like. They used the real names and all that, so it was really cool. And then I kind of fell away from wrestling for a while, and then but I always wondering what's going on, and I wanted to know what was going on with Scott Hall, and I found like a documentary, it's like ESPN 90 or something, and that was kind of crazy. And I remember I was like, wow, I didn't know Scott Hall, was struggling with all this. And he had a kid who getting into wrestling, Cody. So I really felt in that documentary, I was like, man, he needs some prayer, it's not over. Even he says, like, he don't know why he's here, but he's not dead. So, so I was like, man, don't give up hope. And then a few years later, or whatever, he was on DDP yoga, and that infamous call when they called him, and he was all drunk, and he told the kid that he's gonna, shoot himself or whatever, and they called him. They have it on film and everything. So I started watching that, and started seeing progression, and he, desired to clean up, and during all that time, he's a good interviewer too, with the Stone Cold interviews and stuff. He was really cool, really laid back, had a good wrestling mind. And then he went away for a while, and then he came back to the end with the NWO again. Obviously, it wasn't that great of a run, but and they had the Click, and they had the DVDs and all that, so everybody got to see behind the scenes. And he just seemed like that chill guy, really humbled, really. But those are my thoughts, and really, I'm glad he got his life back together, and at least he didn't, end up dead, in some kind of overdose or anything. But I wish, obviously 63, pretty young. That's only 20 years older than me. He's turned 43. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and my kind of contribute, I guess, real quick. I can go on out about Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. The Machismo, the bad guy, great speech at the Hall of Fame too. That's it for now. To Scott Hall's family, prayers and thoughts, and to all the fans and everything, this one, hit me pretty hard, and I always remember Scott Hall and Razor Ramon for my childhood memories of wrestling, and even come to the adulthood. Thank you again, Scott.